All right, so it's my pleasure to have personnel from Ugly Maharan here today, and with that, I'll pass you on to Ronan. Grandma.
Quid Parknasali Ern Ocod Irmul Shaw. A Quivniv E Galer a Forbos Ira Octree Iria Moknakoska Mila Nike Shade O say Taylora on Cade Lay Doro Gra Napolita August Entilt brought up Nahara.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I would especially like to welcome all of the school children present and your teachers of Willow Park Junior School. I, Sergeant Larry Havens, a non-commissioned officer of the Defence Forces and a proud citizen of Ireland, am honoured to be here with you today on behalf of our government to present to you our national flag and a copy of the 1916 proclamation. This year in 2016 we celebrate one of the most important dates in our history, the 1916 Rising, an event which marks the birth of our sovereign nation. We are one of the ancient peoples of Europe. We have a history, language and culture that go back over thousands of years. We are a nation that has taken people from abroad and sent its people to many foreign lands. Over many centuries, large numbers of Celts, Vikings, Normans, English, Scots, Welsh, French, and many others have settled in this country, all merging together to be called the Irish. In recent years, we have welcomed people from many more countries. In turn, these new Irish are now sharing with us their traditions and history. Our story is theirs, and their story is ours. Millions of Irish have emigrated to America, England, Australia, Canada, Argentina, and many other places, and have contributed to and indeed shaped their history. History is often said to be the greatest story ever told. Well, in our history, we have in our national flag and the 1916 proclamation two great stories.
Our national flag symbolises the peace for harmony between people of all different backgrounds, traditions and beliefs in Ireland. The accompanying document, which we are asking yourselves, your parents and your teachers to look at, tells a remarkable story on how to look after the flag. The flag and what it symbolises belongs to each and every one of you.
The other great story is the 1916 proclamation. It was signed by a remarkable group of individuals and poets, one born in Scotland and one born in England. It is a story of hope, equality and vision. While it comes from 100 years ago, it is a document which carries many of the hopes and dreams of modern Ireland too. It is the foundation document of this state. It is part of our history and it is part of your inheritance. However, while this was signed by 7 people 100 years ago, you, the students of Willow Park Junior School, and every other school in Ireland, are being asked to write your own proclamation for Ireland for the next 100 years. Why? Because the future belongs to you. Remember the past, but also look forward towards the future. The 1916 Rising in its proclamation was and is for you. We are asking you to take up the story of the 1916 proclamation and draft your own proclamation for the future. Let that new proclamation be put up on the wall in your school next March beside the 1916 proclamation, so that in future years your story and your vision become part of the history of Ireland. The 1916 proclamation is a very important document. Can anybody tell me how long ago the proclamation was written? Yep.
100 years ago.
Very good, well done. Can anybody tell me how many people signed the 1916 proclamation? Okay, just the second row here, yeah, just towards the end. Sorry, how many?
7.
Very good, well done. The 1916 proclamation was a vision of what our country should be. If you allow me, I'm now going to read it to you, and I believe I have some assistants from the school as well. Good man, Michael. Okay, so Michael, I think you're going to, one second, you're going to start this off.
Proud Nairn, the provisional government of the Irish Republic of the people of Ireland. Irish men and Irish women, in the name of God and of the dead generations, which she received her old tradition and nation of, Ireland through us, summons her children to a flag and strikes for her freedom.
Having organised and trained her manhood through her secret revolutionary organisation, the Irish Republican Brotherhood, and through her open military organisations, the Irish Volunteers and the Irish Citizen Army, having patiently perfected her discipline, having resolutely waited for the right moment to reveal itself, she now seizes that moment, and supported by her exiled children in America and by gallant allies in Europe, but relying in the first on her own strength, she strikes in full confidence of victory. We declare the right of the people of Ireland to the ownership of Ireland, and to the unfettered control of Irish destinies, to be sovereign and indefeasible. The long usurpation of that right by a foreign people in government has not extinguished the right, or nor can it ever be extinguished, except by the destruction of the Irish people. In every generation, the Irish people have asserted the right to national freedom and sovereignty. 6 times during the past 300 years, they have asserted in arms. Standing on that fundamental right, and again asserted in arms in the face of the world, we hereby proclaim the Irish Republic as a sovereign, independent state. And we pledge our lives and the lives of our comrades in arms for the cause of its freedom, of its welfare, and of its exaltation among the nations.
The Irish Republic is entitled to and hereby claims the allegiance of every Irish man and Irish woman. The Republic guarantees religious and civil liberty, equal rights and equal opportunities to all its citizens, and declares it resolved to pursue the happiness and prosperity of the whole nation and of all its parts, cherishing all the children of the nation is good.
And oblivious of the differences carefully fostered by an alien government, which have divided a minority from the majority in the past. Until our arms have brought the opportune moment for the establishment of a permanent national government, representative of the whole people of Ireland, and elected by the suffrages of all her men and women, the provisional government hereby constituted will administer the civil and military affairs of the Republic in trust for the people. We place the cause of the Irish Republic under the protection of the Most High God, whose blessing we invoke upon our arms, and we pray that no one who serves that cause will be dishonoured by cowardice, inhumanity, or rapine. In this supreme hour, the Irish nation must, by its valour and discipline, and by the readiness of its children, to sacrifice themselves for the common good, prove itself worthy of the august destiny to which it is called.
Signed on behalf of the Provisional Government, Thomas J. Clark, Sean McDermott, Thomas McDonough, P.H. Pearce, Eamon Kent, James Connolly, and Joseph Blunt.
Okay, as a special project with the help of your teachers, you, the students of Willow Park Junior School, are going to write your own proclamation. And when you have it signed, you'll display it on your wall for all the school to see.
Now, before we present our flag to your school, we need to know, do you know a little bit about the flag? So can anyone here tell me what colours our national flag is?
Me?
Yes.
Green, white and orange.
Yes, green, white and orange. Does anyone here know who made the first flag?
He was 18.
His name is Thomas Francis Marr. Can anyone say his name?
Thomas Francis Clark.
Does anyone here know where the first flag was displayed? It's a county in Ireland starting with W. That's a good guess, but it was displayed in Waterford in 1848. That was a very good guess. Now, do you all know how to look after the flag?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask you questions to make sure you're on it. So put your hands up if you think we should allow the flag to touch the ground. Now put your hands up if you think we should never ever let our flag touch the ground. Very good. We should never ever let our national flag touch the ground. Now hands down everywhere. Now put your hand up if you think we should be allowed to write on the flag. Yeah. Hands up now if you think we should never ever write on the flag. Very good. Yes, we should never ever write on our national flag. Does anyone here know what hours we display our flag on the pole? Yeah. We display our flag between the hours of sunrise and sunset, unless of special occasions of flood days. That's when the flag will fly overnight.
And also, what if like something the government was to sign with the Irish flag?
No, nobody's allowed to. The only thing that would be allowed to be signed was the proclamation. The national flag would never be defaced. Nobody could write on it or try damage it. Now, does anyone here know what the flag is displayed upon? Flagpole, yeah. Very good. Now, do we all know how to look after a flag?
Yes.
Never let it touch the ground?
No.
Never write on the flag?
No.
Okay, good. Because I think the school is ready for their flag.
Okay, just before we do present the flag and a copy of the proclamation to your school, I want you all to remember a very important date this year. That's going to be the 15th of March, which is Proclamation Day. And on that day, your school and every school in Ireland will raise the flag which has been given to them by the Defence Forces, okay? And also you're going to read the proclamation, and you're also going to read your own proclamation that you're going to draft for your school, okay? So between now and then, I want you all to promise me one special thing, that you're going to keep the flag and the proclamation in a very safe place until then.